Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Luminance Fugue series. We have just received a quest from Jeremiah to go to the Mystery Lake office and fish. I just noticed he's got a very nice liquor bottle right next to him that he's not sharing with us because we can't even touch it. But anyway, we're going to head that direction and do that. But first we need to sleep. That's right. Just jumping back into this save for the first time. Let's see what we can do here. I guess what we'll do is just throw down a bedroll. And, I mean, it is about the middle of the day, so it's going to be a second before we can really get back to the business of, you know, we've got a permanent fire here, so I may as well go ahead and cook through this tea, too. How much water do I have? Enough. No, herbal tea. That's what I wanted. There we go. Let's go ahead and make this. This will, of course, get us some calories as well, which is why I'm doing it. The permanent fires in story mode, I have to say, are spoiling me. But anyway, speaking of story mode, this is episode 2 of season 1, Luminance Fugue. Actually, episode 6, I think. No, not 6. 8. No. 9 of the series. Yeah, that one. I'll figure it out eventually. Alright, one more, I think, or 2 more? Okay, that's that. Now, I do need probably a little bit more water. Let's just do 0.2 gallons. We just used a lot of it to make tea. So, get a little bit back, and then head over to the camp office.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
It's interesting because in The Long Dark, in Against All Odds, my typical sandbox gameplay, both on and off YouTube, I usually haven't been one to fish that much. So this is going to be a bit of a departure for me. I mean, I have fished. It's not like me and shooting bears. I've done more fishing than I've done shooting bears, for instance, but still a step in a new direction. Let's go ahead and eat these. And I'll eat an energy bar too, just to make sure we kind of get through the night here. And of course, going to Mystery Lake, we'll have plenty of cattails and fish, for that matter. So, throw this down and sleep for... Let's do 10 hours straight, because that should fully recover us. It'll be the middle of the night, so we're going to have to sleep some more once we drink some water. But we can do that, because this is story mode, and it lets us sleep as much as we want, and it's beautiful. Probably need to get more water before I leave, too. Yep, alright, let's go ahead and sleep for, say, 8 hours. Our calories are going to be pretty low when we finish this. But that's okay, we need to make it a decent ways to the office, and so we'll be traveling light by not carrying much food. Alright, let's pick this up. Ironically, after saying that, we are still encumbered. It is the beginning of the day. Let's see, let's take a look outside and see how bright it is, if at all. The sun actually hasn't matched the position of the moon yet on the daylight meter, so it might still be completely dark. Yeah, more or less is. It's starting to get light, but let's sleep for a little while longer. Or, you know what we could do? Even better. Let's just...
I'd eat anything right about now.
I'm going to go through this coffee. Because we might need it later, and it does have caloric value. So this could be stuff for me to eat as well before I leave. Oh, and we're out of potable water. So noted. Let's do 0.6 gallons. Yeah, now the sun's coming up. Because we're passing lots of time doing this.
Too much stuff to carry.
Yeah, I know. Chill out, I got you. And we've got a gun now, so we really do have to do a little bit of inventory management probably before we leave too. I can't remember if I did at the end of the last episode or not. But let's go ahead and drink some hot coffee, accidental Grand Theft Auto reference, and then some salty crackers. We do need to get 2 more cups of coffee out of this, but first I would like to go ahead and get rid of some of the heavier stuff. Like the not just any grape soda, and then potable water. Okay, we're doing all right. Yeah, it's my tools where I'm carrying the most stuff, mainly on account of the flashlight, and it looks like we've got some lantern fuel as well that might not be needed as much. Let's refuel this really quickly, and then maybe consider putting some of that down. Oh, that was actually most of our fuel. Okay. Now we have an extra sewing kit we probably don't need. Let's step over here and start putting some of this down. Let's drop that. And we can drop some of these other tools at the camp office once we get there. Yeah, we're okay. We are okay. Let's get moving.
Too heavy.
I took out my gun. He's like, too heavy. Oh, man. Alright, so we drank some coffee. We're warming up because it was hot. And now we just need to get to the office. The weather is decent. It is cold enough still, being early in the day, that we are losing temperature. We don't quite have the awesome gear that we had in... that we have, rather, in survival mode right now. Whoa! Started coughing right as I laughed there. That was an odd one. So I have to apologize, I guess, to folks in a way, because I know I've been making a lot of comments. It might be strange for people watching Against All Odds Season 4 and or the story mode recordings that I've done in the backlog, because those of you who have watched this series as it's come out have both of the series running at once on the channel, which isn't going to be the case necessarily unless you happen to watch them in the exact same release order, which would be unlikely. You'd have to really look at when the dates came out and watch the videos in date order in order to really stay on top of all my comments. But I've made a lot of back and forth comments about how the series are overlapping, and it's just not going to be that experience for people watching it in the backlog, and that just occurred to me. But that's just how it is. Hang on, did I just walk past a... No, it's a stick. That's right, I saw that before. There's a crow feather, though, so I'll pick that up. Because I can't not. Let's not run too much. I'm going to try and conserve my energy. Oh, this hill. I left my bedroll up here once, a long time ago. Before I had a YouTube channel. Right up here, like by one of these trees. Yeah, I slept on top of this tree. Before snow shelters were a thing, too. Or I slept on top of this hill, rather. It was good times. Highly recommended. And by highly, I mean not at all. A couple more sticks, but I've already picked up a few extra things, including that firewood, so I'm gonna kind of try and travel light. I've been reading a couple of the comments this morning. I've really been trying to get on top of the schedule for the past couple of days, so my ability to really keep up with the community has been a little bit behind, including making this month's look-ahead video. I'm trying to find time to do that before I go out of town for Labor Day weekend. And actually, when you're watching this, I think Labor Day weekend will have already passed. That's how far ahead of the schedule I'm trying to get, which is good. And I'll talk about it in the look-ahead video as far as why. I'm not going to do too much channel meta commentary while I'm in the middle of a series here, but one of the things that people have been saying about Long Dark play in general is that I do tend to complain about being encumbered. And you're right, I do. So I would like to be better about that, because, and to be frank, it's not that it's some consummate response to YouTube critique or to any kind of negativity. It's kind of just like sometimes people make an observation and you kind of turn that observation on yourself and you're like, huh, they've got a bit of a point. Also, this is what's called a blizzard, so we need to get inside. This one really came out of nowhere, didn't it? But we're not far from where we need to be. Maybe not run too much, because I've remarked in recent videos that I can't remember the last time I got attacked by anything in a blizzard. But I don't want that to change, especially right after I say it. So, just going to keep my eye open. Thankfully, we're not at risk for hypothermia yet, but our clothing is, yeah, clothing's getting pretty wet, so we got to get inside. There's the office. I've found my way around this zone a couple of times. All right, and here we are. All right, excellent. Let's put this thing away. All right, I'm going to do my usual thing here. We've got some space to scavenge. So it's so weird to be here after being in all the new territory we were in. Forlorn Muskeg, and especially the... there's a fishing line there. Forlorn Muskeg, and especially the new Broken Railroad region. It's quite strange. Wow, lots of books. Another Storm Lantern. I'll go ahead and pick it up. Might be able to get some... I might be able to get some words. What am I thinking? Lantern fuel out of that, and then leave a lot of supplies down on the ground here once I picked everything up.
That'll come in handy.
That's some line and fishing tackle and a hook. Nice. Park notice. Due to unusually cold weather this year, we're shutting down Mystery Lake Provincial Park a little earlier than usual. Make sure all the campers are packed up and ready to bug out by rail truck. Anyone left behind will have to get out on foot. Not a nice prospect. As per the usual procedure, lock up all lake cabins and make sure all provisions are stored in bear-proof containers. And please take the flag down this year. We had to replace it after last winter. The winds just tear it to shreds. After you finish closing down the camp, make sure to check in at the Forestry Service lookout as requested. Apparently those guys think someone's been using their lookout to store hunting gear and dry old animal skins. Man, I don't envy you, that backwater posting. Great Bear has sure gone downhill since the quakes. Man. Of course, can't do anything with the radio right now. Don't really need stacks of papers at the moment, do I? Fire log, I'll leave that where it is because it's already where I'd put it back down. Oh, check this out. Giant cooler. Summit soda, orange soda. All right. Fleece mittens. Stack of papers, new beef jerky. Key to lake cabin. Nice. Don't know which cabin that's referring to. Maybe to all of them, perhaps. Don't need a key in survival mode, of course. Although I could see them adding that, or sandbox mode. I could see them adding that in the future. Is that a spiderweb? Not used to seeing spiderweb graphics. Or maybe that's just the first time I've ever noticed it. It's been there the whole time. That can happen. See, there's another one. Okay. Looking good down here. There's another hatchet. I'll look at its condition in just a second. Let's step up here. Dead body? No dead body. In story mode, anyway. Lots of books. The books could be useful. I'll have to take a look at what kindling I have. There's a tinder plug. Anything I can do to help start a fire a little easier. Of course. Oh, nice. Ragged thermal underwear. We can actually layer that with what we've already got. And it's not much heavier. So that's good. We've got 2 layers of thermal underwear now. There's some sports socks. I'm going to pick them up, but just for the sake of getting some cloth out of them in a second. There's another bedroll. Trail boots. Let's pick up the bedroll so we can get the cloth. Yeah, I know, buddy. Chill out. Alright, the herbal tea will be good for calories. Granola bar, more herbal tea. As usual, we've got plenty of stuff. What's in the trunk? Cargo pants. Beautiful. Now, I already have some work pants, so the cargo pants, I mean, I could layer them with the work pants, but we're already wearing a good amount of clothing. Alright, so here's some cloth. I think I've mostly scavenged everything here. There's definitely more cloth around, so I guess one thing I'll do is go ahead and break down some of the cloth that's hanging around. Like right here. And we need to break down that bedroll I picked up too for extra cloth. I haven't necessarily been good about this, and whoa, hello, can I not? There we go. And in my most recent Against All Odds episodes that I recorded, I really realized, oh wow, I don't have nearly as much cloth as I thought I would, and I need to be in a better position to make a snow shelter, you know, on the random. So I like the idea of just having some cloth nearby in a relatively large stockpile. Also, this chair being here on its side just kind of bothers me, so we're going to break that apart. Clean this place up just a little bit. Can't break down the drawer there, unfortunately, but we can pick up a stack of papers.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Relax, Mark. I'll pick that up too. Okay, now let's stand here, and we're going to drop everything kindling related we can drop. Let's drop the fir firewood. Let's drop the tinder plugs for the most part. Let's drop, well, we'll drop these matches, but I want to put them up on top of the stove, just for organization's sake, because I feel like we're going to be here for a bit, getting this many fish. I want to be a little organized. Drop. And then definitely go ahead and drop that there. Now, let's go ahead and harvest the bedroll. We are officially hungry, as opposed to unofficially hungry. There's that. Got some cattails too, so we can eat those and then pick more up. Let's go ahead and do that, because this is actually a pretty good meal. This is 750 calories right here. And it gets rid of half a pound, same as a Summit soda. And speaking of soda, we've got another one we can drink. There we go. Alright, we're in better shape now. Alright, back to inventory management. What do we got? Alright, we got the new cargo pants. Now, I don't need the ragged fleece mittens. Let's harvest those for the cloth. And I do need to repair those, but we won't do that just yet. Let's harvest the socks. Yeah, having that extra pair of underwear is going to be amazing. Trail boots. I'm fairly certain we've already looked at trail boots. Yeah, the boots that we got from Grey Mother are still better. Also, our journal updated when we stepped inside here, so we're going to have to take a look at it. Okay, so now, yeah, let's go ahead and harvest the cargo pants, because I just don't think we need them. They're a little bit too heavy. Can't really justify it. Now, first things first, let's repair this guy. I'm going to guess 2 repairs needed. Yep. And then we need to repair the other pair as well, because it's just below 90%. Okay, we did pick up some additional water purification tablets. I'm going to put those back over in the first aid kit. It's going to take a second to load here. By a second, I mean like a minute. All right, there we go. You know what? I don't use these at all. I'm going to go ahead and put them all up. I just don't use them. I like to have them, like, a sense of having supplies on me, but I never touch them. I have found my way around the long dark for long enough without using them, so. Let's put the wood matches up there. And also, speaking of things that need to go on top of the stove, we do have an extra hatchet, so let's drop that. I'm going to put it very close to where it was, actually. Actually, yeah, let's put it up there. And then we got some lantern fuel. Let's go ahead and drop the less full of the 2 containers. Put it up there. We have a good number of flare shells. So let's drop 5 of them and just put them up on the counter. And then one thing we need to do when we actually go fishing is leave a lot of our gear behind in general so that we can not only carry heavier fish and not be as encumbered, but just have more ability to get around Mystery Lake and explore the place. All right, we have lots of cloth. 38 pieces of cloth on us. I can repair the can opener, so let's do that. Oh, we failed. Thanks, game. And I just lost that scrap metal as a result. Lovely. All right, let me drop this cured guts. All right, first aid-wise, I think I've got everything I need. Clothing-wise, I'm in good shape. Food and drink, that's fine. Yep, tools where I need to drop some stuff. So I'll keep the hatchet on me because it's handy for breaking stuff apart. I'll leave the hacksaw. I'll leave the flashlight. Oh, I forgot I picked up an extra storm lantern. This will give us scrap metal, actually, so that will maybe allow us to actually repair that can opener again. And, of course, we're really thirsty, so let's drink a little bit of tea. Problem solved. Mostly. Actually pretty tired, so it would be a good idea just to rest in here in a bit. But first, let's try and get this repair done before... Failed again! I guess chance of success is only 60%, so we suck. Fair enough. And we do need to sharpen this hunting knife. So let's do that, because it'll help us get rid of 1 whetstone. Trying to just lighten that burden as much as I can. Alright, so this is 4% per sharpening. This is going to take a second to sharpen it all the way up. We're using our other whetstone now. We need to put the other one away, because we still have it. It's just ruined, so it's weighing us down and useless at the same time. As with most ruined items. Alright, so the condition on this item is what? 62? Getting there. Actually, with the condition being at 62%, one of the sharpening is only going to help us by 2% at the top, because it'll get us to 98. Unless our sharpening skill increases and we start increasing by 5% each time. No, we don't. Yep, so this is going to... We have 4 more sharpenings to do, the last of which will only give us 2%. So those of you who are true min-maxers are cringing a little bit. Also, this whetstone is almost destroyed, but we're sharpening our knife. So if we get into any tangles with any wolves, we will not regret it. And it's the middle of the night. Also. Alright. Let's step over here to the filing cabinets. Put the ruined whetstone away. Light this thing. Alright, now let's go upstairs and rest. And in the next episode, we are going to do lots and lots and lots of fishing. First things first, let's go ahead and drink a little bit here. I'm going to drink a tea before I drink this water. And let's sleep until dawn. We're going to wake up hungry, actually, probably having lost a little bit of condition. But I will go ahead and stop this episode here. Again, in the next one, we are going to go fishing. We'll check our journal to see what exactly Jeremiah wants us to do. Now that we have started a new day, we are going to be in better condition to actually go out and do things, having done a little bit of inventory management, and with it being the very, very beginning of whatever day we're on at this point.
Something to eat.
Of course, we're not playing sandbox mode, so we're not counting days. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.